Hey ladies, thanks for joining me today. So girls, today I have a very difficult question to answer for myself. Is this the year that I'm breaking up with my beloved Hobonichi? Now, with Hobonichi Day just around the corner, I know I'm not the only one asking myself this, because girls, for years the stationery community had an unspoken rule. If you wanted the ultimate daily planner, you bought a Hobonichi Techo. It was the undisputed king of Tomo River paper, the pioneer of the one-page per day lifebook layout, and a cult favorite item imported straight from Japan. Now, the first year that I discovered Hobonichi, I started with the basic, simple A6 Techo. And gosh, I loved it. I loved how it chunked up. I loved it so much. And then the next year I thought, you know what? Let's do it again. So I got myself another one. And then the year after that, well, girls, the year after that, I graduated to the Hobonichi cousin. And I chunked it up so much that I ended up having to get a second one to finish off my year. I used the extra empty pages purely as handwritten personal journaling. I love how chunky mine become year after year with memories. And then of course I had to add the weeks this year because goodness, how cute is this? This is so cute and slim and perfect for my purse. So that is where I'm at when it comes to my Hobonichi journaling journey. But goodness, over the last couple years, the planner landscape has fundamentally changed between unannounced international price hikes, rising shipping costs that can double the price of a notebook, and a massive surge of competitors offering identical paper for a fraction of the cost. We have to ask the hard question, is Hobonichi actually still worth the hype, or are we just trapped by brand loyalty? So let's look at the data. Okay, ladies, so first off, let's give credit where credit is due, because Hobonichi didn't just become a global phenomenon by accident. That's not how things work, because there are three things that Hobonichi still does better than almost anybody else. And the first is the lay flat engineering. The thread stitch binding, it is legendary. You can open up a brand new Hobonichi Techo to any page, drop it on a desk, and it sits perfectly flat. No broken spines, no fighting the paper. And then the second thing is the grid and the layout intuition. The 3.7 millimeter grid is incredibly versatile. It gives you a 24-hour timeline, a subtle checklist area, and plenty of space. Free space without ever feeling cluttered. It holds your hand just enough without forcing a rigid structure. And then the third thing is the ecosystem quality, because no one matches their cover designs. From the sleek buttery leather to the whimsical artist collaborations, slipping your planner into a genuine Hobonichi cover makes it feel like an heirloom. But here's where the illusion shatters. The number one reason the hype is dying? The financial friction. Due to currency fluctuations and sudden adjustments to international retail pricing, ordering a Hobonichi directly from Japan or even through local stationery retailers has become an investment. Because honestly, when shipping and customs routinely cost as much as the actual paper inside the box, the value proposition changes. You aren't just paying for premium paper, you're paying a massive import premium. And second, the competition caught up. Brands like Kinbor offer nearly identical A5 and A6 daily layouts for a fraction of the cost. If you want a pure, unfiltered, fountain pen friendly writing real estate without the restrictive daily dated pages, legacy giants like Midori MD or Midori Hibino or even Stylogy 365 give you hundreds of pages of premium Japanese paper without the Hobonichi tax. And finally, there's layout guilt, because ladies, the one page a day format is a double-edged sword. Because if you skip 3 days because life gets busy, you aren't greeted by empty space, you're greeted by a physical reminder of blank, wasted pages you paid a premium for. So let's cut through the noise and figure out if you should actually click buy this year. Buy the Hobonichi Techo if you are a dedicated fountain pen enthusiast who specifically craves the crinkle and the sheen of Tomo River paper. Buy a Hobonichi Techo if you use your planner as a creative outlet, filling it with watercolor, stickers, or daily memory keeping. Buy a Hobonichi Techo if you already own a Hobonichi cover that you want to reuse year after year, which completely negates the extra cost of buying a new system. But ladies, I have to be honest with you and say, skip the Hobonichi Techo this year if you're looking for a purely functional tool to track tasks or standard business meetings. And gals, if you feel anxious or guilty when you look back at a blank, unused calendar page, skip the Hobonichi Techo. And last but not least, honestly, if you're on a strict budget and just can't justify spending premium luxury prices on everyday office stationery, then I'm going to say skip the Hobonichi Techo. But here today, the question for me was, am I going to be breaking up with my Hobonichi cousin, or am I going to be buying it come September 1st? And so what is my answer? Well, the answer is quite simply, nah. I'm not going to be breaking up with my Hobonichi Techo because, girls, I love the system. Do I have the Midori MD notebook? Yes, I do. In fact, I also have the Free Diary Habino. I have a Loistrom from the Coffee Monsters Co. I have the Bullet Journal. I have a Sterling Ink journal that I use. I have the entire new folio system from Happy Planner. And of course, I have more than one traveler's notebook. The point is, even with all of these notebooks, I will always get a Hobonichi because as a fountain pen user, I know that the paper in the Hobonichi is going to work for me every single time. It could be my weeks for my daily gratitude. It could be my cousin for creative monthly spreads or weekly memory keeping. I graduated up to an AVEX system this year, and goodness, I already have 6 months already chunked up with a fresh notebook that I'm starting this month. I have the A6 Spring Start Hobonichi Techo, and goodness girls, this is going to get me all the way to the end of March of 2027. And last up, yes, this is a little bit crazy, but I bought a 2023 Hobonichi Techo AVEX system last year when there were, some worries about what was going to happen with the paper. However, no paper issues this year, no paper issues at all, because Hobonichi, they rectified that situation quick. But I have this system, so in the future, if there are any issues with the paper, I can redate this one because I know that this paper is good paper. Because ladies, the Hobonichi Techo is still an exceptional piece of stationery design. It's just no longer the only option. The hype is what made it a status symbol. The reality makes it a luxury choice. So what about you? Are you staying loyal to Hobonichi this year, or are you moving on to a simpler, cheaper alternative? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, girls, thanks for joining me here today. Until next time, from one paper girly to another, bye.